Yo, it's Andos, what's going on? I have decided after playing Warzone for thousands of hours every day for the last 2 years, I'm going to teach you every movement technique that I know in Call of Duty Warzone. When I first started playing Warzone, I was moving around like this. After years of training and having no life, it kinda looks like this now. I'm Batman.
Oh ja, één ja. Een eind af.
That's right, I'm going to spill all of my secrets to help you get better at movement faster and so you don't make the same mistakes I did. Get ready to become the ultimate sweat and impress your squad mates with godlike movement. Before we begin though, I want to thank Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Do you ever get frustrated playing Warzone all the time, versing all the sweaty rose skins holding hands? You ever get bored in between lobbies and just kind of waiting for the next game? Raid Shadow Legends is the ultimate mobile game that you need in your life. And it's completely free, so you have nothing to lose. Raid Shadow Legends has over 600 champions, so you can build your squad the way you want. All of those champions come from unique factions, each with their own history and cool abilities. Today, let's meet my favorite squad, the Orcs. Orcs get a bad rap in fantasy, but in Raid, they're not all bad. While they were created by the Dark Lord Siroth, they have a really good reason to not like humans. After a brutal war fought against the Bannerlords, High Elves and Sacred Order, the lands were annexed, forcing most Orc clans to become nomadic. Now they mostly just try to survive. Seeing an ally in Queen Eva of the Elves, now they've joined her cause. But even they don't know her true motivations. Want to find out more? Play the campaign for the full story. These guys look really cool. You can see how much each Orc is influenced by its tribe and personality in each design. Here are a couple of my favorites, and as you can see, they look pretty wicked. I really like the fact that you can build up your character, get better loot and level up your heroes to make your ultimate squad. This is the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen, you'll get unique bonuses worth $30. We're talking a free champion Tyrell, 200k silver, 1 energy refill and 1 XP boost and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in game. All of this treasure will be waiting for you here. Make sure to check out Raid Shadow Legends. Let's continue with the video. Alrighty, the objective of this video is to teach you everything I know about movement, so you don't need to watch another one of these videos. I want you to have all the tools and knowledge to practice, train and improve your movement in Warzone. So let's quickly go over the best settings just to make sure you're not at a disadvantage when it comes to performing these movement techniques. Slide behavior should be tap, crouch behavior should be toggle, prone behavior should be toggle as well. I highly recommend having auto tac sprint on. It really does take your movement to the next level. It will take a little time to get used to, but trust me, it's super fun once you master it. For my PC players, you want to have your attack sprint set to left shift. This way you can still perform snaking and it will be an easier transition using auto attack sprint. When it comes to keybinds, it's really personal preference. A lot of people have crouch connected to C or control. I have it linked to my mouse button. If you decide to link the crouch button to your mouse, my suggestion is only do it if you don't need to lift your thumb to press the button, so it does not affect your aim. I'll leave the mouse I use in the description in case you were interested. For controller players, if you don't have paddles, use bumper jumper tactical flipped so you can slide cancel and do jump shots without taking your thumb off the joystick. So those are my suggestions when it comes to settings and layouts. Let's move on. Alrighty, let's get into the movement techniques. The holy grail, the slide cancel. The slide cancel is great for resetting your attack sprint, and when utilized correctly in combat, it can be super effective. The correct way to perform a slide cancel is tac sprint, crouch, crouch, and then jump. So that is how to do the slide cancel. Make sure you perform this correctly. Next topic is the jump slide cancel. When moving around the map, I always jump slide cancel. You just get around the map a little bit easier. So basically you just jump and then perform a slide cancel at the end. I also use this in combat. It's super effective just doing a slide cancel after a jump. Make sure to try it in your own gameplay as well. Next topic, jump shots. You need to be doing jump shots. It's not a good idea just to stand still and shoot these days. Whatever your button layout is, make sure you know how to do jump shots, so just jump and shoot at the same time. Keep that in mind. Next topic is the tac sprint jump shots. This move is super important. You need to have the ability to be able to change direction in an instant in Warzone to utilize movement to your advantage during gunfights. The tac sprint jump shot is a very useful technique to shift your body horizontally so you can throw off the enemy. To perform this move, you need to turn your body, do a attack sprint, perform a jump, turn back towards the enemy and start shooting, and you're good to go. Notice the gameplay in the background. I was able to shift my body to the side, and the enemy is still aiming at my last known location. Attack sprint jump is super useful to quickly change your position. Next move, the slide cancel drop shot. I feel like the slide cancel drop shots are really good to throw off the enemy's aim. I think this move is really effective when fighting at close range. Okay, so to perform this move, you want to attack sprint and crouch and then go into a prone position. Very easy to do, super useful. Next move, the burpee. Yes, that's right, we don't neglect health in Warzone. So the burpee is when you do a drop shot and stand back up. When I do drop shots, I almost stand back up every time. This is just to make sure the target doesn't get easy headshots on me. This move is really good when someone is coming around the corner. Lay down and stand back up when you see the enemy and start shooting, a super useful technique. You can also add in jump shots after the burpee just to make it even harder for the target to track you. Leave me alone.
That's my mate right there. You just
Next move, the bunny hop. Oh, the good old bunny hop. I love this move. It's great. Whoever at Activision decided to say, hey boss, why don't we let players hop around the map? You deserve a medal. Anyways, to perform a bunny hop, you attack sprint, you jump, turn towards the enemy, and then press jump again when your feet hit the ground. This will initiate a hop. You can perform a hop up to 3 times after your jump, so make sure to utilize those hops. In regards to the timing, it will take some practice. When the bunny hop is timed correctly, you can tell your operator moves further. It's kind of hard to explain, but in my head, when my whole foot hits the ground, I press the jump button to bounce back up, kind of like a trampoline. For me, the timing is like second nature at this point. I don't really think about it too much. It'll just take some practice. Couple of key notes when it comes to B-hop. During gunfights, not mandatory, but try to start your B-hop in cover, so by the time you're out in the open, your body's already at full speed, making it harder for them to track you. Also remember to B-hops towards cover when applicable, and use the environment to your advantage. Next move, the dip. You're probably thinking, Andos, what the hell is this? Well, the dip is probably the most important movement technique. Every pro player is really good at the dip, and it's basically running away. The biggest mistake I see a lot of players make is committing to crappy situations. Players know when to dip when it's a low percentage scenario, know when to dip, and re-engaging on your own terms will 100% get you better results overall. When you dip, doesn't matter how you do it, slide cancel, jump, or just run, the dip will save your life. Next move, YY. So YY is just changing your weapon twice really fast. Whenever you pick up a gun, remember to YY just so you can shoot faster. It's essential during hot drops. Anyways, YY also makes your movement look cooler. You can YY during slide cancels and it just does a cool animation. I just do it now during gunfight and moving around the map. It's just habit at this point. It's not super necessary, however, I thought I'd share the information. Also, do you ever watch those TikToks where the players change your weapon super fast? You can actually go into your settings and make your weapon swap faster. For me though, I still leave mine at 100 for now. I'm still experimenting with this setting. My weapon change is set to my mouse scroll in case you were interested. So yeah, play around with YY if you want to add some finesse to your movement to see if it's for you. Next topic, breaking cameras using the slide cancel. There are a lot of ways you can use slide cancels to your advantage. One of the most effective techniques I tend to do a lot is break the enemy's camera and using slide cancels. It's a super effective technique that you can utilize when you're up close and personal. So what you want to do is slide cancel towards the enemy, get underneath and as close to the target as possible. Okay, once you have broken the camera, you can jump or strafe away from the target just to create some space to get your own shots in. So it's kind of like boxing, ducking underneath someone's jab and then performing your own attack. The reason why I strafe or jump away from the target after my slide cancel is to adjust my view to make sure I can line up my shots. So it's kind of like an in movement to break the person's camera and then I move out to get my shots in. It kind of varies from situation to situation, but that's the fundamentals to the move itself. Make sure to practice this move. It's a really good way to win your close range gunfights. Next topic, jump shot camera breaks. Another good way to break someone's camera is using jump shots. You can even use B-hops for this situation as well. So basically, if I have an enemy in the vicinity, I want to jump towards the target to cramp up the space. Once you do this, you'll break the target's camera, then you'll be able to get your own shots in to win the gunfight. Next topic, stims. Oh my days, my new favorite mechanic in Warzone are the stims. Using stims is a great way to get extra acceleration to break people's cameras or just make yourself a harder target to track. When it comes to using stims when moving across the map, you can get at least 2 slide cancels in, that way you can cover some distance to really get where you want to surprise the enemy. Try to use stims during gunfights to give yourself the advantage, it's super effective. Also remember to use stims to get yourself out of trouble. People often neglect this skill that is often utilized by the pros. Next topic, let's talk about dead slides. Alright, when using movement, the common misconception is you need to do everything as fast as possible. Some people will just say, you just need to press your buttons faster, bro, and you go zoom zoom. This is actually incorrect. Just to explain, when you do a attack sprint, your gun will go into the air. Once it's almost at the top, then you can press the crouch button to slide. If you press your crouch button too early, you'll go into a crouch position instead of sliding. This happens a lot during gunfights when you press crouch too early and you'll perform a dead slide and you'll kind of just jump into the air. Remember to give like half a second right after your attack sprint and then press crouch to avoid dead slides. Side note, when you're doing bunny hops or attack sprint jumps, there is no delay. You can jump straight away right after your attack sprint. Remember to keep this in mind. Okay, next topic, slide cancelling behind people. This is one of the coolest moves in my opinion you can do in Warzone. The best way to get behind someone is to wait for the enemy to push you. Use the target's momentum to your advantage. Use cover to your advantage. Listen to the footsteps. Once you think the enemy is close, get slide cancel towards the enemy. In most cases, if you get the timing down, you should be able to get behind that person and get some easy shots in. Next topic, shouldering. Intel is everything in Wars. The more information you have, the more lethal you will be during gunfights. So what I like to do is shouldering, basically just popping my head up for a second to get intel. The best way to do this is to perform little circles on the edge of cover, but as long as you peek your shoulder in and out, that should be okay. Shouldering is also super effective when armoring up. Gathering intel while healing will definitely give you the advantage during gunfights. Next time you're in a gunfight, you need to reload, armor up, or just suss out the situation. Remember to utilize shouldering to gather intel. Trust me, it's just going to make your gameplay better. Next topic, slide cancel jump shots. This move is probably one of the most effective sequences you can do. Basically, you just slide cancel and perform a jump shot after the fact. I like to slide cancel in a certain direction and jump in the opposite direction to throw off the enemy's aim. I also like to do slide cancel jumps when I know an enemy is around the corner. Before I'm even turning the corner, I already know in my mind I'm performing this move, just to make sure I'm doing everything I can to win the gunfight. Slide cancel jump shot should be a staple in your moveset. Make sure to utilize this technique in your own gameplay. Next topic, slide cancel to attack sprint jump shot or bunny hop. Another very effective move. What you want to do is slide cancel and then perform a attack sprint jump or a bunny hop after the fact. This move can really throw off the enemy. I also like to use this technique when I go into cover and jump back out hoping to catch the enemy sprinting towards me. I also like to call it the in and out movement. It's kind of like setting up a trap. You slide cancel into cover, making it seem like you're running away, then performing a counter attack to turn the tide of the battle. Next topic, snaking. So snaking is a movement mechanic that is actually frowned upon in the professional CDL league. It's a super useful technique to get intel and get some easy kills using a head glitch. Basically, what you want to do is go into a prone position when you have a head glitch. So you want to press the attack sprint button and go forward. So for PC players, you need to press the left shift button, and the controller players will have to press the L3 button. So your head will pop up for a second and then go back into a prone position. This way you're able to peek your head up for a second to gather intel. So the next time you pop back up, you can start shooting your shots. Keynote when snaking. Make sure to have good centering so you don't need to make adjustments when you need to shoot. Next topic, winning gunfights against other movement players. Alright, so I've taught you all of my movement techniques in Warzone. Now you need to use these moves against other players. Good luck. My recommendation is to go practice in custom bot lobbies in Modern Warfare if you do have access to that. I do it all the time just to keep my mechanics sharp. Anyways, when it comes to gunfights against other movement players in Warzone, what you want to do is read how players will attack you. Most of the times they will jump or slide cancel towards you. So to counter that is to perform your own movement technique towards the enemy to break the aim assist while trying to get your own shots in. For example, if someone is jumping towards me, I'm not going to stay still. I'm going to perform a movement technique towards the enemy to break aim assist. It's kind of like a game of chess when you're fighting another sweat. Good luck out there. I do hope this video has helped a lot. Just some honorable technique mentions. I kind of just ran out of time. Throwing knives. Remember to practice your throwing knives when slide cancelling and jumping if you want to add some finesse to your game. It's a super fun technique which makes you feel like a sweat. Another movement habit that I do is camera shaking. I know a lot of people who watch me live, they can see I do this a lot. I'm sorry if it's annoying. Quick plug, remember to check out my Twitch at AndosGaming TV. But camera shaking is basically shaking your camera to left or right to left after movement techniques or before movement techniques. A lot of movement players do this as a habit, but it actually does help with quick direction changes. If you watch like Lucky Chamu, his gameplay, he camera shakes a lot. If you want to use it as reference, Joe White also does that, but not an excessive amount, only when it's like major direction changes. So that's pretty much camera shaking, just shaking your camera before or after movement techniques. Anyways, that is it for today. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed today's content or if you learned anything new. Sub to the YouTube channel for more awesome Warzone tutorials. As always, I wish you guys all the best and good luck on the Warzone.